Welcome everyone to our Twilight Walk Talk. My name is April Black and I am the walk manager for Apraxia Kids. And tonight I've got Arielle Whitacre and she is the walk coordinator for our Denver Walk for Apraxia. So welcome Arielle.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us. So for this year's Apraxia Awareness Month, we wanted to focus on how as a community we give hope to other families and how we ourselves find hope. So first, I'd like to ask you, Arielle, how long you've been participating in the Walk for Apraxia?
This year will be my third walk that I've participated in. The second in-person walk, my first one was during the glorious COVID years. So we participated during a virtual walk, but it was still fun. It was still a nice chance to get family and friends locally together. But this is my third one.
Yeah, great. This is my third one as well, I believe. So my first year was virtual also. So it's nice to have these in-person walks again. What initially led you to the Walk for Apraxia? Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
Sure. So my Apraxia star, Sage, he will be 5 this July. And it's when we moved to Denver and really started working with our amazing early intervention team of speech and language pathologists that they, just over a few months of getting to know him and putting pieces together, really started seeing the signs of apraxia. And we then care coordinated with his pediatrician and developmental pediatrician. And that whole kind of team effort led to that official diagnosis of apraxia. And having just moved to a new state, away from family, away from friends, we were just looking to soak up as much information as we possibly could. So I started literally just consulting Google, especially during COVID, where, we couldn't go into the schools. We couldn't do a lot of things in person and together. We felt sort of alone on this journey of what did we just get ourselves into? We didn't know much about it. We were thankful to have a diagnosis, but we didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. And that's when I came across Apraxia Kid, and the information on that website was just like reading everything. It was like, yes. Oh, that's a good description. Yes. And it was just information overload, but it was huge in making me not feel like we were alone in this battle. Which, with it not being the most common of disabilities, especially being one of those invisible disabilities, right? Unless you go to talk to our kiddos, you may or may not see it or know about it. So that's kind of really what inspired me is just knowing that we were not alone in this journey and that there was information and hope out there. And that, it's going to continue to grow and we're going to continue to find more information. That's how I got connected with Apraxia Kids. And it's just, I've been thankful ever since. So.
Great. Yes. That's a kind of similar story to mine as well. So how did you become involved as the walk coordinator for Denver?
Sure. So that first year we did, a virtual walk, like I said, and I had stayed in touch with the organization. And then they reached out to me, and anybody who knows me knows I have a hard time saying no. But when they asked, it felt so personal, right? Like it was an opportunity to take something that an organization had given so much to us in such a relatively short time and kind of give back in that sense, and help bring us back together in person for the first time post COVID. So I couldn't say no.
Yeah, I love that though. Well, all walks have some things in common. They all have registration and check-in. They all have the ceremony. They all have the walk. Some have different, activities. What do you love about your walk, the Denver walk?
Our first one in person, it was so much fun. It was a beautiful day outside. And Denver really is the only walk that we have for the state of Colorado. And so it brought so many people together from so many different places. But I think being in the Denver metro area, it was also a realization of there are so many of us here that we truly are not alone. And so I think the best part for me is just bringing that community together. The parents had a blast, the kids had a blast, the balloon artist was amazing. He was a huge hit. But just having everybody together and being like, you know what, our kids are great just the way they are. They're having fun. Nobody's judging them. That's just the best part, is just seeing our kids be kids.
Yeah, I agree. So what would you want someone, let's say that there's somebody who's never participated in a walk before, and they're not sure if they want to get involved with that. How do you feel like participants could join the walk and be able to find hope for themselves?
Sure. It's scary, right? You get that diagnosis, you don't know what you're doing, you feel isolated. And I think the best part about the walk, if you're on the fence, is that feeling of not being alone, is knowing that you can connect with others, knowing that you do have a support community out there, having that chance to talk to them in person, ask about their journey, ask about what's, been helpful to them, knowing that each kid is on their own unique journey. We all have some shared similar experiences, even if it's as a parent realizing, okay, I'm not crazy for thinking this, right? I'm not crazy for stressing over this. Or I'm not, I'm not isolated. And I think that's the best part. Raising the funds for the walk is like the icing on the cake for me, and helping and supporting the organization and their mission. But there's nothing like connecting with families that are going through that similar journey that you're on.
Yeah, thank you. And I would say that I really agree with you on that, Arielle. In the beginning of our journey, we felt so alone and so isolated. And it's like when you come together for walk for the first time, you feel like you're not alone, and that there are other, parents that know exactly how you feel. And it's a place, that we connect as parents, but that our children can meet other children that are having that same struggle as well. So, and I love how, how you said that, you found hope and how you wanted to be able to give that hope back. So Arielle, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be a part of this organization and look to keep giving back as much as I can.
Well, you're doing a wonderful job. So best wishes on your walk this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.